Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in today's video I'm going to show you what supplies I used to put together August Stamp Club card kits. So before I do that really quick, let me explain Stamp Club. We're getting ready to start a new session in August, so if you've ever wanted to join Stamp Club, now is a good time. What Stamp Club is a group of ladies. We get together and we make cards. I send you all the consumables, right? And then we get together via Zoom, or I do a video where you can make the cards at your own leisure, and we make 2 cards, and then I send you a 3rd card for free. Now, how you join club is you commit to placing a $30 order. That's of product before shipping and tax. And then we take turns, or they take turns, receiving the stamp rewards. So, there you go. So this is August kit. Now we usually choose a stamp set or a bundle, and we use it for 2 months. That way you can get a lot of experience with your stamp set. So in August, we'll be using the Sea Turtle. We also use the Sea Turtle in July. So if you, being a new member in August, join Stamp Club, make that commitment for a 6 to 8 month $30 order every month, I'll go ahead and send you July's. Did I say that? If you join in August, I'll send you July's kits too. So let me show you those cards. This is the card that I made for them in July. And then these are the kits that you'll get, that you'll make. And I have a video out there, so when you get your kit, you can go back to my Stamp Club video for July and learn how to see how to make the cards. So that's just a perk for joining Stamp Club in August. Okay, so let me show you what we need and what our cards look like for August. The first card looks like this. And before we go on, I should tell you that I case my cards, and so Fun Stamper and Christina's Creative Corner, thank you. That's who I cased the cards from this month. But we're going to start with the slimline card. Looks like this. Let me show you what ink I used. I used Crumb Cake, Blueberry Bushel, Shaded Spruce, and then I used some Versamark. Whoop, that's upside down. So I also brought in, or I used, a blending brush for my blue and for my brown. You can see that's how I made my shading on the card front right there. Since we're using Versamark and going to emboss, I suggest you have an embossing buddy. And I used white and clear embossing powder. And of course, if we're going to use embossing powders, you need to have some sort of heat gun or something to melt that embossing powder. On your card, on my card, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I did some what I call ink splattering. So in that case, you'd make sure that you need a paintbrush, or I'm going to use my aqua painter. So if you use a paintbrush, you'll need a little bit of water too, and you'll need a little block, something to put your ink on. Oops, which ink is? I'm going to use that Crumb Cake and probably some early espresso to splatter on my card, like you can see up here. Speaking of blocks though, make sure that you have the big blocks. The turtle and the waves, or the bubbles here, waves, whichever that one is, they take a pretty big block. So make sure you have your blocks prepared for your big stamps that are in this stamp set. All right, I think that's everything for this card. Let me show you the next card. And I'm going to leave a couple colors out here because we're going to use the same colors again. And these are close to the same colors that we used last month, so that might help too. So we're doing, this is a diorama card. Of course, it folds up flat to fit in an envelope. But for this card, I'm going to use the Blueberry Bushel, and that's for those little fish. Can you see them in the background there? I'm going to stamp my Sea Turtle in soft sea foam and the Shaded Spruce, and then of course those little starfish I'm going to stamp in some yellow. Now for my greeting, I stamped it in the same color as the coordinating cardstock, which is Misty Moonlight. Those are the colors that I'm going to use for this card. Okay, so let me leave those colors out there so you can see. I'm going to bring in that Versamark and that Crumb Cake just so you have a visual of what colors I used on the cards. And let me show you some other tools that I suggest you have around. We're going to do a lot of fussy cutting. Well, not a lot, a little bit. We need to cut out those little turtles and that big turtle here. So I suggest a pair of paper snips, something you can do some fussy cutting with. And we have some gems on our card, so you'll need something to pick those up. Of course, I suggest the excuse me, take a pick tool. Adhesive wise, it's just the usual. I'm going to use glue dots, liquid glue, dimensionals, and my tape runner. So I suggest you have all of that around too. Now when we do the embossing resist is what I'm going to call it, I would suggest you have some kind of soft towel that you can wipe off the ink off of your embossing powder when it's all said and done. Alrighty, so I think that's everything. I'm looking around to make sure that I haven't missed any supplies that I used. I'll try to bring it all back in here and see if you can see it all. Oh, the last thing, there is one more thing. So you notice that the turtle has no words in the stamp set. So for my happy birthday on that little circle, I use the circle sayings, just a little happy birthday here. But there's probably a lot of sayings you have from over the years of stamping that you'll need some kind of saying that fits in that little circle. This card here, I didn't put anything. Now there's going to be a scrap of basic white in your card kit. So if you want a greeting on your card, you'll have white scraps that you can do that for your second card there. Alrighty, so Stamp Club meets via Zoom, like I said, and this month we're going to meet on August 20th. We usually meet on the third or fourth Sunday of the month, depending on if there's a holiday or if there's someone's out of town or something like that. But this month on our Zoom meeting will be, like I said, August 20th at about a 1:20. Now, if you can't make August 20th, I'll have a video that same weekend, so you can watch the video and make your cards at your own leisure. I think that's everything. I keep bringing more stuff in that we're going to use. This is quite a lot of supplies this time compared to usual. But if you have any questions, be sure and reach out. I'd love to answer them. If you're interested in joining club, please let me know. We'd welcome you with open arms. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye.